We're back once again. Combat Casual, Combat Sports today. Gonna wrap up the year of combat sports in 2025 and look forward to the year upcoming, 2026. And what a year it's been. Phil, how are you doing today, my friend? It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit since we talked.
I know, guys, it's been a while, but I called Skate a couple last week, and I was like, dude, I feel like shit. I had some of the worst like sickness of my life, and like, dude, you saw the medicine picture I sent you.
Yeah.
I was taking like four different things at once, bro. I was in the worst like shape of my life, and this week I feel a lot better. I'm recovering, and I'm ready to talk to my boy.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, my guy was loaded on those meds. But yeah, he's back. He's healthy. And bit of a slump as far as big combat sports is concerned. There has been some, you know, little shows. Obviously, Ryzen had their big year-end show as they always do, which was fun as always. But we're gonna talk a little bit more about like I said, the landscape of combat sports in the past year and where we think it might be heading. Good to see some people in the chat. Good to see Leandro. So we have some topics we kind of wanted to cover. And first and most pressing on my mind is what we think the most improved promotion is, or maybe what's the promotion that's kind of up and coming that not a lot of people know about, that's gaining a lot of steam. For me, it's got to be Knockout. Not only has Knockout been putting shows for free on YouTube within this past year, but they've also just been awesome every single time out. It is pretty late at night, so obviously a Japanese promotion. They are kind of doing this weird thing of like mixing disciplines, which they have kickboxing, Muay Thai, and this strange MMA rule set that is just super fun. Um, but their shows are really short. They're like 5 fights, like 2 hours, super fun, and I think that Knockout is really on the come up. Like I said, getting off of Unext for a lot of their shows, going onto YouTube makes it more accessible. So I think that a promotion you guys got to watch out for in the next year is Knockout. What about you?
I like how you said knockout because I was gonna say knockout too, just because like you said, it's more accessible now, especially being
Hmm.
on YouTube and Facebook. I was upset when I went on Facebook. They took it down, so I was like, I can't
Mm,
rewatch it. You know what I mean? But I think what it can do is draw a lot of MMA fans for the knockout unlimited rule set. Bro, did you see the Carlos Mota knockout?
I heard he slammed Spike Carlisle a bunch of times,
No,
but
no,
I
no, no,
didn't
no, no,
actually see
no. Carlos Mota is it's a featherweight over there, but flyweight. So he was an LFA title challenger. He actually fought Charles Johnson for the title at
it.
LFA.
Okay.
So obviously he came up short. He was in the UFC. I mean, I think he just didn't renew his contract or something. I don't know what happened, but he's been on like a 4 or 5 win streak right now, and like, dude, dude, his style was so fun for knockout because this dude rocked. He dropped somebody or whatever, and then he went with like a flying stomp and just hits the dude in the face. The dude gets up and his dude just starts kneeing him and fucking kicks him in the head and then drops him and
And
just starts grounding pound. I'm like, I think Carlos Mota is, if you know, like if you're an OG like a fight fan from like like the late 2000s, early 2010s,
the
he
Pride
reminds
era.
past the Pride era. It's
Okay.
Sengoku. If you know what Sengoku was, that's a real throwback. But he reminds me of Maximo Blanco.
Mm.
He was called, I forgot what his nickname was, but he was so fucking violent, and that's where Carlos Mota is. And that just knockout in general. If they just bring in more MMA guys that has that fun, explosive styles, kind of like Vanderlei Silva esque, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I mean, I know they brought in Spark Carlisle, but he doesn't have that style, but he has the what's it called? He's
The
very potent.
cojones.
The cojones, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think Knockout's an up and coming promotion. Just making it more accessible for us fans, and you get obviously the viewership will come in. Dirty Boxing's been making a lot of waves, especially with the signing of Brian Battle, Gable Stevenson, especially Gable Stevenson, dude. Even Dirty Boxing getting a shout out on fucking Joe Rogan like yesterday.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
So,
we kind of did mention talking about kind of the misfit or like the oddball promotions. I would say
mm,
BKFC, BKB, Karate Combat, DBX, and maybe even Knockout could rank on there, but more North American ones. DBX is something that I didn't enjoy when I first watched. I thought it was the real issue with DBX to me is when the judges make or sorry, the referee makes the call to stop the fight or stand it up. It's very, very confusing. And oftentimes I'm like, oh, he's out. Oh, never mind. They stood him back up. Or I'm like, oh, they're going to stand him up. Oh, they called TKO. I think that's the only really real issue they have going for them. Their production's
I
getting
say
better. It's not great, but I kind of likened it to early Karate Combat days where Karate Combat kind of got on a roll and it started gaining a fan base. I think DBX can do basically the same thing.
my pet peeve with DBX is the ground and pound. Same thing with Karate Combat. Just remove it. Like it's kind of stupid. Like, oh, you got like 5 seconds to defend yourself or something like that. Like, bro, just get rid of it. Like, I think it's pointless.
And that's why I like Knockout's unlimited MMA rule set because there's no submissions. As long as you're active throwing strikes on the ground, it stays grounded. I think that makes more sense. But again, yeah, this whole like weird thing with like we're gonna mix stand up and MMA and ground and pound. I agree because it's like you could literally just trip somebody and then you know ground and pound. That's like all you would need to do to win a fight. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
see
I
that
think
in Karate Combat. They did that. Like some dude just shooting takedowns and just going for ground and pound. I'm like, all right, this is just not karate at this point.
no.
Might as well just call it pit combat or something like that.
Well, they already tried to do that. What was that? What was that called? The Yama Pit fighting, which only had one. Isn't that crazy? Yama Pit fighting only had one show.
Did it?
Yeah, like people remember it as like this thing that was like a thing, but it only happened one time. Um. So yeah, you when we were texting about getting show topics, you wanted to talk about where Karate Combat is heading. You are. I don't think anyone's a fan of Karate Combat's recent antics. Talk to me. Talk to me about what you think the future of Karate Combat looks like.
That last show was dog shit. Like, dude, I can't believe they made me wait fucking 5 hours just to 5 fucking hours, bro. Right, it's one thing to delay a show an hour or two, fine, you know what I mean? But fucking, if it's supposed to start at 7:30 and it doesn't start till 12:30 midnight, like, bro, like, y'all pissed me off. And like the whole production of the show was complete ass. Like apparently the ring wasn't built. Like who the fucking doesn't build the ring the day of the fight? Like you should have it the day before the fight at least. You know what I mean? Like their whole like weigh-ins was in a motel. Like you're having one of the biggest events of the year for you guys, and you just completely like botched it. But oh my god, dude, I don't know the Karate Con because they did have something pretty cool. There was a lot of hype, but I think the president got too greedy with the money and trying to overpay their fighters because now they have employees, staff members, and other people just coming out like even the fighters themselves just coming out and saying, you know, where's my money? I haven't been paid yet. You know, you guys been ignoring me. I knew a couple people, you know, who've been working with Karate Con before previously. They still haven't been paid yet or had to
Mm,
make a public post about it and then be asked to take it down when they got
wow,
finally got paid. So
wow.
it sucks because like it's such a good product that you know has a lot of potential,
I
but
I think they gained a lot of steam, and I was somebody who didn't like Karate Combat, and then I kind of started watching it more, and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm in. Um, and their production was cool, and I think they've been coming into their own, and then seemingly with their last couple shows, they just something something happened. I mean, I knew that shit was going bad when they started just doing their fights in a random warehouse. I was like, "Ew, wait, what's going on here?"
they
So,
used to have like some like LED lights everywhere, some type of
mhm.
production. The entrances were cool too and everything. Now they just literally just walk out like the back door or something like that. It just I don't know they're trying to go for like you know what's that Glory USA card they did recently?
Glory Underground, yeah.
Yeah, like bro, that's just never again.
Yeah,
That's
so I
another
think
bro.
that I think DBX has potential to take that spot that Karate Combat was occupying. Obviously, they're in the same territory doing a lot of their shows in Florida. Um, So yeah, no, I think the DBX on the come up, but my personal favorite right now would be Knockout. As far as these up and coming shows and stuff like that. So we'll talk a little bit more about some of the top promotions and where we think some of that's heading. But let's get into the best fighter of the year. Let's start with MMA. Who do you think is the best MMA fighter of the year? This is probably going to be a UFC guy. Like, just I can't really think of anybody else outside the UFC that I'd pick for best fighter of the year. So
Me personally, I
let me
wish
stop you.
his.
It's Joshua Van.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. Like that fight with Brandon Royval was so good. And then the other previous performances, dude, like he's just a guy you turn on is like all my homeboys, right? You know, you could say like they like semi-casuals, you know, the betters mostly, but
Mm,
like, I have a lot of Asian friends. Obviously, I'm Asian. I have an Asian group of friends and stuff like that. They don't watch UFC much, but then when they hear Joshua Van, like, oh, that's one of us. You know what I mean? They go
yeah.
watch him. They like how he fights and stuff like that. I always root for my Southeast Asian fighters. So for him, I think he went 4-0. I mean, the Pantoja fight, shit happens, right? But me inside, I am happy that he's a champion. And just that fight with Royval, him capturing time, not the way you want it, but being 4-0, had 3 out of the 4 great performances. But if I had a second choice, it would have been Marab. But damn, he lost at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was and I think it's only one. I think only Valentina has a title defense out of all the current champions, which is nuts to think about. I think that Van has to be respected because not only, winning the title in a very, terrible way, and I see Dirty Hippo saying you can't give it to Van. We never even got to see anything of him against Pantoja. Sure. The grind this guy was on, right? Because I remember when he lost
Yeah,
to CJ, and then he's just fighting constantly, getting the dub. So I think that has
nonstop.
to be respected, and I think that Marab is an interesting case as well because like the guy still won 3 fights dominantly, um, within the year. I don't know, man. I understand the case for Van,
It's tough,
but
man.
it's hard to
Like
pick this year because usually there's like a clear in a way like 2 guys that are vying for the top spot, but with all the
yeah,
losses and change of titles this year, it's definitely difficult. I might have to go Van myself. I mean, I don't know, man. I watch too much goddamn combat sports, so thinking of like a number one um guy is tough for me, honestly. I know it's kind of a cop out, but
but narrowing it down to MMA, it honestly kind of had to be UFC guy. But just the activity that Joshua Van brought, and it's just, dude, he's so fun to watch, man. Him and Royval just literally put in one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Made it awesome that I watched it at a bar and everybody was just going crazy. So like the atmosphere really heightened it
that's
for
cool.
me. So yeah, it sucks that the way he won, they are gonna rematch. But here's the thing that I like about Van. He's like, dude, like, cop, you ready to fight? Like, let's go fight in Texas. That's in February. I ain't took no damage. Let's go. You know what I mean? I love that attitude. You know what I mean? That's a real champ. That's who I want as my champion. Somebody who's always ready down to fight.
Yeah. I might have to agree with you with Van. What about in boxing? Honestly, I didn't really watch that much boxing this year. I was gonna pick Jake Paul for my boxer of the year, but nah. Fuck, is it Inoue? Like I don't. I'm kind of
I'm
like out of
literally.
the loop when it comes to boxing.
You can definitely put Inoue in the conversation. I think he has the most. Yes, I mean, dude, he's 4-0 this year.
Yeah, that's significant. I mean, and that's crazy for a top tier boxer to even have
Okay.
a champion even have 4 fights in a fucking year. That's insane already. So yeah, I might have to go in a way. I honestly I didn't even catch any of his fights live because just the absurd time that they're on at.
Yeah,
But Dirty Hippo says Crawford with one victory. It's over Canelo.
I don't think it's enough.
Mm,
Yeah, it's over Canelo, but like, I don't know,
mm.
man. For fight of the year, you gotta at least have more than one. I like activity more, and if you're winning all your fights, it really builds a strong case for me.
Definitely Crawford has the single best win of the year. I would say. But as far
Because
as
he only fought
boxer of the
once.
year, hmm,
He's been fighting once a year since 2019 or 2020. It's
right.
pretty. So I don't know. It's like kind of tough, man. If you can crown him pound for pound number one, but like for fight of the year, nah.
He did not beat Spence this year. But anyway, so yeah, I guess we're in agreement with Inoue. What about the best kickboxer of the year?
I think I'm gonna go Yuki Yoza. You think
Fucking
so?
A. God damn, fucking Yuki Yoza. Man, fuck that guy. No. I'm actually working on a breakdown video of Yuki Yoza versus Superlek and how he just put a masterclass on him. The thing about Yuki though is like his first, what was it, 2 fights in 1 didn't really get me excited, you know? So that's the only knock on him that I have.
He kind of broke that
Um,
K1 curse though.
what's that?
When K1 guys come to one, they lose. And
Sure,
he just
that's
ends
a
up
good
going
point.
3. And then his 2 wins are former 1 kickboxing champions.
Yeah,
So
I
he
mean,
beat Superlek, and if he Petch Penrong, is it Petch Penrong? No, not Petch Penrong.
no, it's a
Petch
different
Tenong.
patch.
Pet
It's a different patch.
Fergus.
Do you
Either
give
way,
it to Petch and Glory? But I feel like his competition isn't as high. But he did win the stupid tournament, the last featherweight standing tournament. I might have to go with Petch just by default, honestly.
I don't think he fought that much this year, no?
Dirty Abo says Andrew Tate. That's definitely a tougher one to nail down. Who is the best kickboxer?
He actually only fought twice this year.
Interesting. Okay.
And I mean, he beat Miguel Trindade, but like Dennis Wolsick, like
who is he?
Not
who
really
even
putting
is that?
high.
Yeah, and that was just a little bit ago. Yeah, a couple cards ago.
Yeah, I think rock with Yuki Yoza.
Okay, I mean, not winning a title though. You're still gonna go with Yuki Yoza?
I just think a body of work is better. I mean, you end the year beating Superlek, and you won unanimously too.
Sure.
You could look. Superlek was, considered one of the top like 5 pound for pound guys too. So, and
I think you could have given Milos Shavetnikan a case. That's a guy who, I mean, literally was on every glory card this year, basically, and he didn't always. He just lost his last fight, in a four-man one-night tournament. But man, Milos was hustling this year, and Glory really relied on him to give them exciting fights in these tournaments.
6-2 in 2025.
That's fucking crazy, dude. This guy had 8 fights. Yeah, obviously he did lose, but I think Milos definitely deserves a nod just for the work that he put in this year. And being very exciting part of Glory, and that's a promotion that people like to rag on a lot. So,
you could throw Mori Chroma in there. He went 4-1.
Not only that, he had what I would consider the best fight of the year, regardless of promotion. Against
the 1-round fight.
That was the single craziest fight I've literally ever seen in my life. Had it all. Cinema. Fouls, knockdowns from each guy. That is my fight of the year. If you guys haven't seen it, Mori Chroma versus Bahram, that is that fight is insane.
That's the most fun I've had watching a kickboxing fight in a while.
I lost my fucking mind, dude. Yeah, that shit had me losing it. Okay, so and then I guess we could talk Muay Thai. Who do you think is the best Muay Thai fighter of the year? Kind of a more obscure one. Yeah, certainly is tough. And then go ahead. I'm sorry. You're gonna go Nautica, right?
You could go Nautica as well, but like
the issue is that you have these the top Muay Thai guys are in one, but they're also fighting in kickboxing, so it's kind of hard to nail down like who is the best pure Muay Thai guy of the year.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 Muay Thai fights alone, like Nabil beating Nico Carrillo and Superlek.
It's got 2
big wins right there.
It's probably got to be Nabil.
I don't know, bro. Like, and then if you go like the traditional Muay Thai guys, like in RWS, Like who's that guy that beat Kazuki Osaka?
Jaron Suk,
Jaron Suk?
who I've
Like
never
that kid,
seen fight, by the way. It's never.
I think he
Um,
went undefeated this year as well too. I mean, he
okay.
dominated. I don't
And then
know. Do
their
you have
other
any other
champ is
names?
Daniel Rodriguez or something.
He only had 2 fights this year. So here's the thing, right? Jaron Suk, he went 6-0 this year.
Wow.
You can throw him in the fight of the year conversation. He
Certainly.
won the Rajadam Stadium bantamweight championship. He beat Kazuki Osaka. I mean, Kumadoi, he beat. There's some good names out there. So at least with RWS to keep the guys in fucking Muay Thai.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I might have to go to Bill, just having the two best wins and just looking unstoppable. Who's gonna beat this guy? You know,
The next guy up, who's it? Regional Urso when they fight because they're like the same, probably closer in height.
sure.
But
Yeah, that'd be
other than
good.
that, I don't know. Maybe I mean if we're going like one, I guess you go into Bill, but it's tough, man. This is what I hate about one, man. It makes these categories so complicated, bro.
Sure.
If it was just like I might have to go Jones, so just because he had more body of work, going six
Fair
and
enough.
0.
I guess so. Heading into that, you already know my fight of the year would be Mori Chroma versus Bahram. I mean, what would your fight of the year be?
Are we talking about any sport?
Any sport, MMA. You can give me a couple from any sport. All I can really think about. I mean, I think that there was a couple in the UFC that deserve a nod.
I thought
One
there
that
was a
comes to
lot.
mind is Yuri Khalil, just because of the way it finished and just the drama of it all. But I guess like round for round, it wasn't very competitive, but just the way it turned a corner was really fun for me.
I had to double check
Rebecca
it.
and
Chris Duncan.
Chris Duncan kind of rings a bell as well.
Oh, man, this one fight, I got it. It's actually in boxing.
Okay.
It is Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Ben 1.
Okay. I heard a lot of people said that was a really good fight. I actually haven't seen it. I watched the second one. People were disappointed with it. I thought it was a fine fight, but
If you watch the first one, it was just an absolute masterpiece. The way, just everything leading up to the fight, that whole Chris Eubanks Sr. wasn't around, and then he shows up the day of the fight when Chris Eubanks Jr. comes out of the car, and because they weren't talking for years. It was like Eubanks Sr. and Nigel Benn's history now being passed on to their sons. And then it was sold out stadium, everything. The entrances were incredible. And then like these guys fought not trying to win. They fought like they were trying to kill each other. You know what I
that's
mean?
sick, yeah.
Rather than the second fight, the second fight, it seemed like Chris Eubank Jr. was trying to just survive, and Conor Ben got the job done. But
yeah, I mean, I think Vologden and Martinelli. I think that those are the two guys' names on Contender Series. That fight was so sick too. I don't know if you remember that one.
Another boxing shout out. I don't remember the other name. It was on I believe it was on the Canelo card. Well, Chris. Crawford?
Oh yeah, and Billy and
Billy.
Yeah, that was a really, really good fight. That was the only good fight of the card, by the way.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah,
that was the only good fight of that fucking 10-hour
Martinez
card.
That went to a draw. That
fight was
sick.
A good ass fight. That was very high volume, super entertaining fight. But yeah, for me, dude, like Mori Chroma and Bahram, I think Bahram
that's up there in my list as well.
One of the most exciting fighters we have today, and he really redeemed himself after he had that stretch of dirty fights where he's headbutting dudes and committing fouls. Then he redeemed himself with his fight against Hababes.
Yeah,
that was another one of the best fights I've seen this year. But yeah, I'd have to be Chroma and Bahram.
Another quick shout out: Johnson DeBella was Prajanjai 2. That was a great fight as well.
That was a really good fight.
Shout out John DeBella. He got 50 G's for his performance against Prajanjai. If I had another one, you have to put Joshua Van, Brandon Roosevelt. That was just fantastic. Like you said, what's the other one? Mateus Rebecca versus Chris Duncan. And the fight before that one too was absolutely nuts too. It was Esteban Ribovic. Oh, what did he fight? He fought somebody on that card. Maybe Joel Alvarez, maybe.
I can't remember.
Dude, that fight in that card, it was just insane that night. It's like literally one of the greatest Apex cards I've watched, I think, because they had like
And it was funny because I remember heading into that, everybody was like, oh,
Elvis
Brenner.
Brenner.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That fight was insane. So Chris Duncan, Mateusz Rebecki, and Esteban Ribovic and Elvis Brenner both won fight of the night.
Wow. Okay.
And mind you, that was the fight before the co-main event, and then Chris Duncan, Mateusz Rebecki was the co-main event. Fucking, that was a wild back-to-back fights.
There you go. So I think I want to talk about kind of where the combat sports landscape's heading in 2026. Obviously, you have UFC signing the Paramount deal. They're doing 2 numbered events back to back. A lot of people have been asking me, talking to me about that, saying that's just insanely odd. I do kind of agree. I think they want to make a big splash. Obviously, something that people are going to just talk about incessantly heading into the new year is the White House card. It's like your new UFC 300, right? Who's going to be in UFC 300? It's the White House card now. So that's something interesting, I guess. I don't really care that much. I just watch fights all the time. So should be a good card though, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about the Paramount deal? It's a long deal. I'm looking forward to it. I hate ESPN Plus. But I honestly, I don't think much is going to change. I think that more people will get excited just because every event's going to be just with your Paramount subscription. So that's cool. How are you feeling about this whole thing?
I actually don't mind Paramount Plus just because they have other shit to watch too, rather than ESPN. So yeah, you get your other sports and stuff like that, documentaries. But like Paramount Plus got movies and stuff. So like, if I'm gonna sign up for a subscription, let's get a nice bundle with it too. You know what I mean? It's like when you got one with Prime Video, you can shop with Prime. You can fucking watch movies, TVs, rent and stuff. You can just do so much with it, right? Rather than ESPN, like you have to be a super hardcore fan to have ESPN. Like it was only good because it had UFC. It was, during the time it was $10 a month and all that. But Paramount Plus, I'm cool with it. We don't have to pay for pay-views. I know some guys don't pay, they stream, but like sometimes it's just easier just to pay the $10 a month rather than paying $80 up front or splitting with your homies or finding a stream. This is just makes me happy that we're gonna have Paramount Plus. For having back-to-back number of events doesn't really matter. It just means we're getting 2 back-to-back stack cards. That's all, right?
You do remember though when like in the lead up to UFC 300, like the UFC had a really bad stretch of shows like a couple months after because I feel like they overstacked 300. I wonder if maybe this year will suffer from some of that same thing. What do you think?
I feel like there's more live events nowadays, right? I mean, I don't know how many Apex cards we got. Obviously, the Apex cards are going to be the shittier cards.
It's like 20 or so, right? Somewhere around 20. It has to have been.
I think we'll be just fine because, like, when I noticed, like, every new TV deal, because I've been through like 3 different TV deals with the UFC. I went through Spike, I went to freaking Fox, I went through ESPN. So now we're on to Paramount Plus. They always start the year off kind of hot, so I expect good quality UFC this year. Matchup wise, the matchups like the first couple of events are okay for me, but I feel I mean, it's like I said, it's $10 a month, really. $12, right? What is it? The price? Are we really gonna complain? Like, you can't complain.
People will complain. They complain every week about something, man.
Maybe the card will be watered down now because you don't have to pay per-view anymore. But like at the same time, it's not that bad anymore. Like, you can't complain about, I paid $80 for this crap card.
Yeah, I never really care because I watch so many different events week in and week out. Like, it's UFC is just another show to me, honestly. But I know that that's some people that watch these kinds of shows. That's all they care about. So I do understand from their standpoint of like they expect really good quality every single time, but it's like, dude, when they're putting like close to 50 events on every year, not every show is gonna hit. It is what it is. So I don't know if it'll change much. I think that maybe a few cards might suffer here and there, but what's new,
On the bright side, we're on 9 o'clock p.m. pay-per-view time, PLE time now. We ain't no
Cool.
fucking 10 o'clock.
That's great. I mean, a lot of people on the East Coast suffer some of those later cards. So I guess with that, I mean, where do you think some of the other organizations are heading? You have uh promotions like Ryzen, KSW, and Octagon, and I think PFL probably dominate the headlines the most outside of the UFC. And then obviously Glory would be another one of those that kind of stays, these media sites tend to cover Glory, PFL,
Yeah,
Ryzen, KSW, and not Octagon so much. I'm not really on those websites, but just from the Octagon shows that I watch, like they're always packed. The fights are great. Where do you think these other organizations are heading? Some of them are. That's another one I want to talk about. Is one. One's always kind of in the news, maybe not for good things. Where do you think these organizations are heading? Are they heading towards more success or maybe tanking? Like we all know, the elephant in the room has been rumored to being tanked for a long time.
I am really no, I'm actually very excited for PFL. I've mentioned it in previous streams before. I just think this guy John Marion kind of seems like he knows what we want, and I liked how he's going out here. PFL's out here signing a bunch of new talent. Like literally, we just seen like a spree of talent being signed, even former UFC. Like people always gonna bash up signing former UFC fighters, but you need notable names on your roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you sign a new fighter and they beat that notable name on your roster, it's like, oh, we got somebody over here. So this is why the former UFC fighters are there. Like for example, we just broke today on the page that Julio Arce, former UFC fighter, signed with the PFL. A couple weeks ago, we announced that what's his name? Uh, what's his name? Fuck, the dude from Tough Enough. Ernesto Rodriguez signed with
Mm-hmm.
them,
I remember you
and
telling
then
me that.
they signed like a bunch of like Khabib's teammates, I believe. A lot of female fighters, so they're bringing a lot of fighters in just to build up the roster. They're moving away from the tournament format, which is what we've been asking, and we want stacked cards, which we're getting now. So they already announced the first four events for 2026, so that's exciting. For KSW, I mentioned it to you earlier. They've been kind of stale for me. Like I don't really hear much noise from them. Like I know they re-signed Saladin Parnas last year or the year before, but like who the hell is him for the fight? Like he's fighting Marcin Held. Are we fucking
Yeah,
serious? Because like Marcin Held, like oh my god,
I
bro.
think that one thing interesting about KSW though is that you see a lot of former KSW fighters that were really good coming on over to the UFC. Like more than I've seen, like just a big influx of those guys, which is cool. I mean that shows that gives the promotion some more credibility, I feel like. Um
Yeah,
but I mean really though, I mean for me, like not I've only seen a few KSW shows. The only time I ever heard of them, bro, was when Mariusz Pujanowski was fighting or Roberto Soldich, and those guys are basically done. So I don't. Maybe it's a lack of star power. Why KSW is not, doing as well. I've seen Saladin Parnas fight. He's a good fighter. There's nothing to me that I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this guy fight every time. But KSW, I will say, does have a they're willing to experiment, right? They'll have like some weird rule set every once in a
exactly.
while, which is sick.
Come on, Eddie
Um,
Hall, Marius Pusanowski. That fight was awesome. I don't care
and
what
then you've
anybody
got
says.
I think another thing is like the heavyweight division. Phil the Free has just been running the heavyweight division over there so much to where they're bringing in freaking Warasek to fight him before a kickboxer. So maybe that's why. Maybe just there's not much crazy movement going on in KSW. But for me, like Octagon, I watch Octagon over KSW, not because I have anything against KSW. But yeah, man, Octagon's packed out. They've got stars they're promoting. Um, really, really fun fighters. Will Flurry just whooped up on Martin Boudet really quick in the
Yeah,
first round. That was a fun fight. They're gaining a lot of traction. I think on their broadcast they announced they were adding like I don't know if it was like 10 shows, but they were adding some more shows. So that's always a good sign, right? That organizations improving, making more money. Um, so
It
yeah,
really
I think
seems
that.
that like
Go ahead.
it seems like Octagon's kind of taking the spot for the number one European promotion. It's like KSW kind of lost the spot where like Octagon's kind of just really just taking that spot. Like this is ours now. Like we own Europe now. And like I feel like KSW needs to make some moves. They need to bring in names. They need to make more exciting events to something. I don't know. It's just something about KSW doesn't really make it attractive anymore. Like I would see the fight cards and stuff. I'm like, like I don't really know these guys. Oh, hey, that's a casual thing to say. But like at the same time, like try to get me invested to like why I should follow this fighter. Like for example, Max Holsker from uh Octagon. He comes in with like these special freaking like entrances. He's like one entrance. He's like Buzz Lightyear or something like that. I don't know. He just does something cool. You know what I mean? Will
Sure, sure.
Fleury's awesome. That German dude that's a light heavyweight that looks like Paddy Pimblett and Brock Lesnar mixed together.
Frederick Vosgrone.
Yeah, and like it's just so cool. I don't know the way KSW looks, the production, everything. I just enjoy it. I really like it.
Well, maybe it's just that KSW like had their rise and now they're kind of plateauing a little bit, and Octagon is on the way up right now. I noticed that they were doing shows in different countries. Toxic, good to see in the chat. He does mention that they have really long intermissions. They fucking do. Um, it's a so you'll be watching a Octagon card, right? And the fights are going, everything's going well, and then they'll go to the desk, and then they'll be like, "Oh, the next show's coming up, and we're talking about the next show. Oh, and then the show after that, and then the show after that, and then the show after that, and they'll talk about. I think I was watching Octagon 86. They talked about Octagon 91 on the fucking card, and I was like, and then they had a DJ come in, and I was just like, bro, like this is
bro, that's the thing
ridiculous. So that is the one issue with Octagon is their shows. I think I did the math. It was like 1.5 fights per hour, and there was 10 fights on the card. So it was a long show. Not as bad as Beyond Combat though, which by the way, whenever that comes back up, I'm watching. That was 0.8 fights per hour in a 10-hour show. So
yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. I don't think I've watched Beyond Combat with you. So
come on, man. It's Beyond Combat.
But other promotions, there's Ryzen who's gonna dominate Japan, as always. There's one as well. One's not going away, guys. But they will be in Japan a lot more.
What about the rumor? So everybody told me that one's last show on Amazon was the one with Andrade and the Mongolian Iceman. That's not true. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure their deal with Amazon Prime extends through 2026. I don't know where this came up, but I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that? People telling me that they're done on Amazon Prime, but to my knowledge, that's not true.
Listen, if it doesn't come from my mouth, it ain't true. All right. You know me, I'm sourced up with the boys at One Championship. I know.
Yeah, but what's up with that?
My name's on the website. God damn it.
No, listen. I understand that people hate One. I don't know if people actually hate One though. I think that they hate the way Chatri runs things, which is
they just hate Chatri. They don't hate One. They hate Chatri. Let's keep it real. All right. A lot of people don't hate UFC. They hate Dana White because of how he runs things. They don't hate the product. They hate the management. Right? Is that can we say that's true?
Yeah. I mean, One and Glory both suffer from this like identity crisis, I feel like. And Glory's going to suffer from that even more heading into the new year without Rico Verhoeven. I think that's a big blow for them.
That's something we should talk about.
Rico what is Rico doing this year? I kind of thought that he would be boxing Francis Ngannou. I thought that was like the most likely path, but the UFC rumors have been a swirling and looking really strong. Derek Lewis recently came out and said that Rico Verhoeven turned down a fight against him. So I think that Rico should get a title fight. You do an interim title fight. It's Rico versus Cyril. And I've been lambasted. People are like, no, that's stupid. Rico wasn't even that good. Alex Pereira was the GOAT of Glory, not Rico. I'm like, you guys are stupid. You don't watch kickboxing. I think Rico Verhoeven deserves a title fight in his first fight in the UFC. Thoughts on that?
I'd say 100% agree because the UFC heavyweight division is absolute dog shit. I think Rico, if you put him against Tai Tuivasa, I think he knocks out Tai Tuivasa, right? I mean, maybe you give him, I don't know, what's his name? Cyril Gahn. That's a competitive fight. Why not? Maybe
Yeah.
Cyril will take him down, maybe, but we'll see what happens with that. But at this point, people are talking about Gable Stevenson, like get him into the UFC. Why can't we get Rico to the UFC, right? They have the same amount of MMA experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Rico does have MMA fights on his record. I don't know really what it was in or who was.
It was just one fight, but he took the guy down and ground and pound him. But still, he got it on his record.
Toxic said he get laid on for 25 minutes, but that's why you got to give him the right guy. Like people were saying, like MMA on Point said that they want to see him against Pavlovich. I'm like, Pavlovich 100% will take him down. At least if he fights Cyril Gahn, there's a chance that he won't because he doesn't really do that in any of his other fights.
I mean, the Derek Lewis fight was kind of like, here, here's a gimme fight. You know what I mean? This is your fight. Make a statement. Gets a popular name. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where Rico's gonna go. Like, there was talks about him and Anthony Joshua, but the situation with Anthony Joshua nowadays. So, prayers to him and the lost victims in the car crash. It sucks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to smile. Toxic said that Gahn is gonna eye poke him, and that's just cracked me up. Sorry, I wasn't. No, yes, it's very tragic what happened to Anthony Joshua and his friends, obviously losing their lives, and people have been saying like they don't know what Joshua is gonna look like after this. I think he'll be back to it. But yeah, I would have thought for sure Rico would have already announced like he's boxing somebody in some weird ass fight.
I think the whole Joshua thing kind of screwed up the whole plans for everything. Especially, I don't think Joshua's going to come back anytime soon. Especially losing the two friends that was there for his whole journey. Like they were literally hanging all the time. You would see him on the social media posts and everything. Other than that, I don't know, but if they really do Francis and what's his name? Francis and Rico. I don't know. I just feel like too much of a risk for PFL, really.
Oh, you're saying put Rico in an MMA fight against Francis in the PFL?
Yeah.
We've talked about this, man. I mean, to me, it's like, why not? But also, like,
I say why not, but will the PFL really do it? They always say, "Oh yeah, we come over here, we'll do the fight," but will you guys do it?
The problem is, okay, like, who the fuck knew who Alex Pereira was before he became the UFC champ, or had a couple fights in the UFC? Like, I mean, really, right? Like, I knew who he was. I watched his fights with Artem in Glory. Those are the only fights I saw. Rico's a huge name in Europe, but is he really a name? Is that really going to do PFL that much good to be like, we got Rico, he's going to fight Francis? People will still be like, fuck's Rico,
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of tough for Rico because his biggest payday really it's not going to be happening anytime soon.
I think, and that's why I feel like the UFC is probably what he's going to do. It's going to get him it's the biggest stage.
Lowball him though. Are they going to lowball him or no?
Probably. They lowball everybody.
There's no way he's making more money with UFC and than Glory. People say, "Oh, it's the long run." Da, da. I'm like, dude, Rico's like fucking 36, bro. Like,
how much money does he make in Glory? Do you know?
I definitely know he makes 6 figures.
Okay.
7.
God, I hope he makes 6 figures. But
he's a draw in the Netherlands, so
yeah. But I think more importantly, like, I think that this is a bigger hit to Glory than it is a plus for Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, Rico's straight. Like, he'll be fine. But Glory, I'm a little concerned for them because they go to the Netherlands. Like, who's really headlining the card? Antonio Plazabat? Like, he's not even fucking Dutch. First of all,
yeah, he's Czech, right?
And here's the thing about Glory too. They lost a couple of fighters to MMA. So they lost Donnie Abima, Bestati. And like, I don't know who's next. I mean, Rico, they just lost Rico. We don't know. He might be going MMA.
Mhm.
I seen an article about Levy Rickers going to MMA.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
interesting. Hmm.
from Vetch Sports, I believe.
Jamal's going to
Um,
jail.
yeah, that dude's
It's
going to
like
jail.
it's like the Jailblazers over there at Rico, over at Glory with fucking
Yeah, Glory. I'd say they took a lot of bad hits in 2025 because their
yeah.
tournament has been absolute dog shit. Not dog shit, but like it's been
It's
so fucking
it's
confusing.
convoluted. Yeah, they're trying to do like what K1's doing, and it's just not working because
It's just
nobody
not working. It's just,
nobody gives a fuck.
I don't know. I seen an article or something like that, or a Twitter post saying like they might just shut down the middleweight division as well, just focusing on the exciting divisions, I guess you could say. Like the only exciting division, in my opinion, is just light
Light
heavyweight and
heavyweight
featherweight. And featherweight has all the fucking same guys.
losing to
Fucking
Petch.
yeah. Other than
Nobody
that,
nobody can beat Petch. And actually, the featherweight division is very good across all of kickboxing, but
of
like
course.
it's so bad right now that Petch has beaten everybody that they have to collaborate with fucking Rise to get any competition or excitement for a
But here's the
Petch
thing:
fight.
he already beat everybody in Rise. That's the fucked
Yeah,
up
it's
part.
so true. He already beat everybody over there.
It's
Fuck.
bad, bro.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think K1 has definitely been picking up steam in the last few years. Um, I they're trying. They're trying. They got a Beam Global now, so you can buy the pay-per-view to watch their events outside of Japan. Crush is, the feeder league, always sick. Nobody watches Crush. Nobody watches Rise. Barely anybody watches K1. Only people from the Himalayas watch K1 when the Himalayan cheetahs on the card. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, no, I mean, the state of kickboxing is it's something. Do what does kickboxing look like in the next 5 years?
That's a tough question. Um,
I think I know. I mean,
I
it's going to be relegated to what you see Knockout and One doing. It's going to be relegated to it's a sideshow. It's like, oh, we have Muay Thai, MMA. We also have kickboxing on this card. I think that you'll just see more and more of that because even K1 brought back their K1 Heroes rule set for Sinakarimian and some other guy
yeah.
on one of their cards. They had an MMA fight on one of their cards. Rise is doing open finger glove matches on some of their cards, and it disgusts me. I hate it. I want my kickboxing.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough question. When you said 5 years, that's a long. I don't know if one will fucking still push kickboxing heavy, like where the Japan market just die out,
That's a
you
good
know? But
point. They are pushing it heavy right now because they're trying to get
I
their
do
Japanese guys dubs.
I do feel like these promotions do need to make a push for China because there is a lot of talent there in China, and especially like there's money to be made in China too because they are like a powerhouse country that you can make a lot of money from.
What's the issue though? It's so I've watched Wu and Fang. I don't even know how I watched it. It was not easy to find. It wasn't that great. I think that for some reason, like, okay, you had that guy. What was his name? Penji in the last featherweight standing tournament. He was doing really well. So I think you're seeing a more influx of Chinese fighters. Obviously, one has Chinese guys on their cards. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think the issue is like people talk about Japan being closed off. I think China's even more closed off. You ever watch Wu and Fang?
Once,
It,
and that's
it,
because
how did you watch it?
somebody found me the link for me. It was
It's not easy to watch. So I think Wu and Fang is even more China combat sports is even more closed off than Japan for various reasons. The Knockout Unlimited Grand Prix winner was Chinese. Wow, that's sick. No, that's cool. I think that the issue is that remember people would say this about Chinese people in MMA or Chinese fighters in MMA. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound bad saying that. But they would say like their records are kind of fraudulent. They're a little bit more protected over there because they want them to get a big name and then come to a bigger market. Maybe you have that same issue in kickboxing.
You think so? I like remember nobody knew who's that dude from that beat Masaki Noiri, the Chinese dude,
Akimoto
Lu Ming,
or
no,
no?
Ming Yang, the one that just beat Taiwan Chai,
Oh
the
yeah,
one that
that's
just
right.
nobody knew who
No,
the
his
fuck he
name is
was.
what the fuck is his name? His
Lu
name is like
Liu,
Lou something.
yeah, Ming Yang.
Okay, yeah, that dude. I mean, I just think that like imagine if you had like a one in Hong Kong.
I mean, I can say this. There was rumors about it.
That'd be sick.
I mean, come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna, I think one needs to go back to the roots, just having fucking shows in every fucking part of Asia like they used to. It'd be sick. Come on, man. Don't just you're staying in Thailand too long, man. I don't know how good the money is in
Okay,
Thailand.
but like it's like the Apex, right? It's like they don't have to
Yeah,
spend money to go to Lumpini. I don't know if they make money, but they don't have to spend money. I guess. I guess that's what they're thinking. Because I know that those Lumpini tickets are most of them are free from every source I've heard from. They say most of them are free or they're dirt cheap. Yeah, I think it's like the Apex though. I don't know, man. One is, and that's the thing is like people have been writing one's deathbed for a while. Dude, Bellator didn't fucking die until Showtime just gave it to the PFL. Like it takes a lot to kill a promotion. Like somebody has to buy it, or somebody's got to fucking die. Apparently to fucking get that shit to end. So
I mean, there's already announced events for next year, so it ain't dead yet. I don't know why people want it to die. Just why can't just people be like, can we get new
well,
management? You know what I mean?
something that I noticed recently is like people hate on one, but when Knockout does it, and what I mean by it is like having all these disciplines on one card. People think it's the coolest shit ever. They like watching Karate Combat and DBX. It's like a mixture of all this weird shit. People seem to like when there's different disciplines on a card, and people ragged on one for doing it, and now everybody's copying them. So it's like, which is it?
It's just people want to follow the hate, right?
Sure.
Some people just like the hate watch.
So yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered just about everything I wanted to talk about. You did mention to me that you were curious where Fight Pass goes from here. A lot of shows have left Fight Pass. It seems like the UFC wants to own the entity that is showing their fights on Fight Pass.
Yeah,
your thoughts on that?
it's kind of curious. It makes me curious. Is like, will Fight Pass exist during the Paramount Plus era? Like, is it gonna stick around? I mean, I know some promotions actually re-up with Fight Pass, so it might seem like it. But like, there's like a new deal with it. Apparently, like they want to own the entities, whatever. Like
Yes.
LFA has not re-signed with Fight Pass, and LFA is like the #1 feeder league in the U.S. at least, or North America. And the fact that they announced 2 shows and not a platform to be able to watch it on, this kind of makes me nervous, bro. So,
I mean, I watch a couple of promotions that are on YouTube. You have to buy a membership. I don't know why LFA wouldn't go that route. I do feel like LFA will get something, but
where though? What would LFA go to? Will they go to Spectation Sports? Will they go to
what the
Triller
fuck?
TV?
Yo, I was talking to somebody. I've been talking to somebody about this like for the past couple weeks. Remember Fight TV? Remember how fucking awesome Fight TV? Dude, they had Ryzen, every BKFC, tons of random boxing. Oh my god, Fight TV was so fucking cool for so long. Remember if you bought a pay-per-view, you get points. And then if you bought like
Yes.
3, you get the next one free. And then the pay-per-views are only like 10, $12. And you get like one for free. You get like point. Dude, Fight TV was so fucking sick back in the day, dude. Fuck.
You know what's sick? This is before your days. Well, it was Access TV when they had all the
I've heard of
regional
it.
promotions. All in the not all of it, but like a good amount of what's it called? Regional promotions on their channel. and they had like one of the greatest like MMA shows for like regional MMA. It was called Inside MMA. It had like Boss Rutan, Mauro Ranello, one of the commentators from LFA as well, Ron Crook, I think. And then they would just recap the whole weekend of regional MMA, dude. It was
Oh, that's
so
sick,
fucking
dude.
sick. I'm gonna send
What?
it to you later. I think the Invicta is their it has their old YouTube channels. I think they bought their YouTube channel, but they kept some of
Okay.
the stuff up. There was also Fight Network with Robin Black, John Pollock, and some
Robin
other guy.
Black here.
But this is how I found Robin Black though, because he was doing like these. He was also like covering like the regional like shows. I think they used to do like the Strikeforce recap too. They like show all the highlights and shit, dude. It was like the sickest TV, and they would upload it on YouTube.
That actually kind of leads me into a topic that I had on here that we missed is media. There's no market for that anymore, seemingly, right? Like you have guys like the City Life Project and I guess me a little bit covering regional MMA. City Life Project way more so. He's the regional MMA guy. But I mean, seriously, there's not really a market for people talking about regional MMA anymore. Um, and so I think that that's, a big marker of where the media landscape is heading. I think it's going in a bad direction. We talked a little bit about how, and you probably heard many of journalists and media people talk about this is like there is no journalism for MMA really anymore.
I don't think this is like it's not as big as it used to be, in my opinion. Like, because a lot of guys go into the content creation. Like, a lot of guys rather just watch MMA Guru or like MMA Joey or like a bunch of these other YouTubers
Me,
and stuff like that.
1.4K,
You
baby.
obviously, but like they tend to follow them and like look for their advices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough because like it is easier nowadays to get into the MMA space, as crazy as it sounds, right? Like,
Yep.
for example, like you could just get behind the camera, start doing live watch parties, breaking down fights and stuff like that, instead of just going to an article and reading about it. Like, hey, I'd rather just watch Skate's video on freaking the UFC card breakdown, whatever, instead of just reading about it, right?
Yeah.
You ever notice that like MMA Junkie and like MMA Fighting, they haven't really hired any new writers after like majority
No, they've just been firing people. And if you go to their website right now, they have the stupidest articles on their website. It'll be like, what color were Jake Paul's underwear after he fought Anthony? It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Like, they'll just talk about tabloids, drama. There's no real journalism. Like, it's to the point where, like, I think a couple years ago, Steven Morocco wrote an article about this fighter who's been suffering with CTE, and that got a bunch of attention. And it's like that was like the one article that was like talked about during the year. And then I remember like when I first started watching, people would talk about Josh Gross like all the time because he was writing sick articles for Bloody Elbow. Bloody Elbow is actually gone, by the way. It's all
it got bought out. I was literally gonna bring it up. It's the articles aren't the same. It's kind of they do a lot of freaking like back in the day type shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, I don't really give a fuck about what happened back in the day. Like, 10 years ago, this fighter fought this fight. You know what I mean? Let's look back at it. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. It was like some random ass fight too. I'm like, what the fuck happened to Bloody Elbow? They used to have so much better fucking writing and stuff like that.
But I think that's just like
I'm not saying they're shitty, but like,
but media as a whole is moving in that direction. I think the New York Post like fired a bunch of people and they're just doing the same kind of thing, it's like that's just where media more broadly is heading. I think it's in a bad space. You have content creators that aren't delivering content that is fruitful, right? It's all just like drama, bullshit, talking shit on fighters, especially, on MMA YouTube. That's the big thing, is just how can we demean fighters this week, is most MMA content creators. So I think that that's a bad thing. People love that shit though. They eat it up. So, more credit to the people that do stuff like that. Most of MMA YouTube is just like dumb panel streams.
Dude,
it's not even MMA related anymore, So
I try to look for like the guys that do like breakdowns on like non-UFC cards, like, oh, like for example, like, oh, we get a one championship card breakdown. Oh, fuck it, let me lock in on this. Let me learn about some of the fighters over here. What am I missing? You know, but we don't get those a lot anymore. I mean, there's guys like you, obviously, and then there's guys like fucking We Are Rising podcast who break down
Mhm.
Rising cards and
Those
stuff like
guys are
that.
committed, dude. You got to give them.
Yeah,
all the-
those guys are super committed. What's funny about them? I always say this, though, like, I think like guys like, oh, I'll say it, like guys like Isha and like the reason some of the guys from like Focus Fights and stuff like that. I see them, they hate on the UFC casuals and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I just want to be like, let it go, man. Just let them watch what they want to watch, bro.
It's I think that I've done the same, but I think it's more like when they complain about things they're not getting out of the UFC, right? It's like, dude, this exists. Like what you're asking for exists on another promotion, and then they go, oh well, who cares about that? And it's like, okay, well then,
Yeah, those are definitely the
shut up
worst
and be a
answers.
good UFC cuck. Sit in the corner, watch the fights. That's
I
kind of
tend to
where
just
I'm
tell.
at.
I never really had that interaction. Like, oh, why should I watch this? Because I tend not to get in those type of conversations. But like, I'll be in like the group chats and stuff. Like, yeah, anybody watching Ryzen this weekend? And I'll get the guys that like, are supposed to be UFC casuals. They'll be, yeah, I'll check it out. Ryzen's pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? They'll talk about it. I mean, obviously they're before UFC more, but like, it's more of like a timing thing too. Like,
Yeah,
Ryzen it's pretty rough to watch. Like, come on, like, let's be
on a
honest,
consistent
like,
basis. Yeah,
yeah, if we were, I mean, props to the people in the UK who watch fucking UFC at fucking 3, 4 in the morning. But like, I guess we're spoiled Americans. But like, watching Ryzen is pretty tough for me. And like, sometimes they have it on weird days, like a Sunday night. Like, I just can't do Sunday nights, or like a
yeah.
Monday
That's
or
why I don't
Tuesday.
watch. I generally don't watch Naoya Inoue's fights because they're like on a Tuesday night. You're like, what? On Facebook. You're like, what? Toxic said that this New Year's Eve show was a 6 out of 10. I had a lot of people saying it was the best one they've seen, best in years. What did you think about the New Year's Eve show?
So I woke up. I woke up at like fucking 6, 7 in the morning. I was like, am I gonna watch this card? And I just fell back asleep and I woke back up and I was like, oh shit, it's still going on. Bet. I did catch the and main event. Shout out to, I can't say his name, Ikram Nazimov, the guy that knocked out Roberto Satoshi in like 13 seconds. Nobody expected that one to go that quick. So props to him making a statement. So he's gonna get some record, a lot of eyes on him now. Then Rush, I can never say his Razabali Shadulov fucking
Shadulayev.
smoked Mikiro Asakura, which was already given. Like, I knew he was gonna smoke him, but he took him to Suplex City and beat the shit out of him, and he got put out on a stretcher. Danny Sabatello is the Rising Bantamweight champion. It's funny because I had somebody ask me. Somebody messaged me, my boy Jack. He was like, should I put money on Inoue against Sabatello? And I was like, dude, Inoue sucks, bro. He's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, bro. Inoue sucks, bro. Sabatello's gonna beat his ass. He ended up winning. It was probably split, but like, I think it was just like, it was a boring fight. Obviously, it's a Sabatello fight. So what can you expect?
Danny Sab's champion? Like, that's crazy. I remember watching him in Bellator going through the Bantamweight Grand Prix. Seika Izawa still undefeated. You guys can't.
A lot
stop
of bad
her.
blood in that fight. A lot of bad blood in that fight.
Seika Izawa getting dropped in the first round. It doesn't matter, dude. She's too good. She subbed her.
Akikubo becoming flyweight champion at 38 years old. He's still one of the best flyweights in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, he holds a win over Pantoja. Those were the 5 title fights, I believe. I knew we were supposed to get 7, but I think we lost 2.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we were supposed to have the heavyweight title fight.
Yeah, Ryan Bader was supposed to be on the card. Do you think he'll fight on an upcoming Ryzen show this year?
I would assume so. I don't know what the main event with Ryzen 52 is going to be, but landmark cards are usually like kind of like toned down, so I don't think they'll put a title fight on there.
Landmark's fun though because it's in a cage.
Yeah, I don't know. What else? Other than that, I mean, I didn't really watch the early prelims because, like I said, I was sleeping. But Toxic said, "Fuck no." Whoever said that was on crack.
It
I
being the
guess the
best
card wasn't
card.
that great to compare to him.
I
I mean, me and you
I
talked.
yeah, it was fine. I don't know.
Me and you
I don't
talked
know.
about Ryzen, how we feel about Ryzen. We think it's a cool promotion, great promotion, but like I think people overhype it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I think it's a cool promotion, but I don't think it's like this great promotion that I have to commit myself to be up till like fucking 4 or 5 in the morning just to watch this card. You know,
100%.
like but if
Uh,
it's a one championship, like in Japan card, I'm fucking up all fucking night for that shit.
you're getting, in my opinion, you're getting more significant fights on the world stage. Like you're getting Super Black versus Yuki Yoza. You're getting Stamp versus Kana, Noiri versus Super Bond.
Super
Like
Bond.
I think those feel more significant than like a Ryzen title fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like it's the fucking I don't know the fuck they always say some shit. Oh, it's the product. It's still great no matter what. It's gonna be a great fight. Like I need some significance. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Danny Sabatella versus Inoue is just not a fight that's gonna be like, yeah, this is a world title fight. No, it's just not. I'm sorry. Like it's just not a world title fight to me.
Right. Whereas like you have this fight for the Muay Thai title on one is for the best, probably the best Muay Thai fighter or maybe the best kickboxer outside of maybe one other guy. You can't really say that for
Yeah,
Ryzen. And it's really the
and
space
like
they're competing in that makes it hard.
yeah,
Uh,
there's fighters in Ryzen that I do like to watch, like Razabali, Shadulai off whatever. But I knew he was going to smoke Mikuru Asakura because I think he's mid as hell. And
yeah.
he literally did whatever he had to do to him
Well,
in like
Mikaru's
2-3
he's
minutes.
old. He's old now. I mean, he's always in a fun fight though.
He's in a fun fight, but like, dude, when you fight against real competition, like this dude was gonna ragdoll you, and he did. He ragdolled him so bad that he put him out on the stretcher. Like, he's only in that title fight just because he's a draw. Like, I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
people love. I remember watching him versus Chihiro Suzuki, and every
Yeah.
time Mikaru got a takedown, the crowd went nuts. I was like, for a
Yeah.
takedown. So
Other than that, but
yeah, I
like
mean,
I
Ryzen's in a
said,
good
Danny,
spot heading into the new year, man. They really are. They're making money, and you got to be happy for them, man. And they do have a good product, but it's just it's a timing thing for me. Where it just makes it
yeah, it's a
not
timing
make me
thing,
not
the
care as
schedule.
much.
Other than that, but one, I will stay up for that one Japan card because the product is great. They go all out for that card. Oh, yeah, one show, whatever. Your name's on the fucking website. I don't give a fuck. All right. You can't tell me that 172 was not one of the greatest cards of fucking all time. The
It was
first card in
fantastic.
Japan. I'm like, bro, like Rate knocks out Takeru and run round. Masaki Nanori freaking smoked Taiwan in the third round. Nanaka makes his debut. Like, there was just so much going on. Like, Kana versus Pet Gigi is one of the greatest women females fights of all time.
That
Like
fight
there
was
was
sick.
just so much good shit. And fucking
100%.
Super Black loses against Nabil. Like, come
No,
on, man.
Yeah, don't talk about that, man. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring
Come
it up,
on, man.
My fault.
It's fuck. No, fucking. God damn it. I do hate that the Thai stars are being sacrificed to the new Japanese market talent, and they're being given an advantage in kickboxing. That's one
Yeah.
thing I don't like about what one is doing, but it does make sense for getting more eyes. You got to have more Japanese guys winning if you want Japanese interest. So
I just think the talent I'm watching in one just feels better. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like like I'm watching a top guy.
Yep.
Like the only top guy that I watch on Rise's card is the fucking guy in the main event, Razabali. I mean, the second is Awa too, but like really nobody in her division, so she's really the queen of the division. So props to her.
100%. All right, man. Well, I think we did a pretty good job with this New Year's special. What do you got coming up on your end on CST?
On CSTs, and we're actually working on trying to get some awards things out. I'm gonna ask you to get on board with that as well. Just throw in a vote. You know what I mean?
Sure.
To help us out. There's no UFC to fucking January 24, which I kind of appreciate, to be honest. Gives me a lot more time to focus on other promotions and stuff like that. we're always cranking out interviews. We just dropped 2 new interviews: Julio Arce and Lance Palmer of RFA. Speaking of RFA, that is a promotion we forgot to bring up as a promotion that needs to be talked about more because they are making waves. They're selling
Brother,
out
I'm
their
not
arenas.
watching wrestling.
But
I don't
listen, they're selling out. They're making waves. They got Muhammad Mokayev on one of the cards. They got Henry Cejudo versus Uriah Faber. At least they have a product that looks cool, right? They have the belts. They have Eric Bischoff, who was a former wrestling promoter, making it, more significant. It's better than fucking BJJ. I'm telling you, watch one of the cards together, and it's actually fun. Come on, they have Yoel Romero. You guys are seeing like elite wrestling right now.
Maybe if there's nothing else on, maybe. But fuck, God,
Come on, dude. Luke Rockhold is wrestling Kobe Covington.
I don't care. It's like what's next? I'm gonna watch him play chess. Like,
yeah, why not? Can you not imagine them shit talking to each other?
No, I ain't watching that shit. What were they gonna play tennis next? Like, I'm not into it. I'm out. I'm out.
Well, at least what?
But yeah, no, you're right. RAF has been making they've been making headlines for sure. I've been seeing them on social media when I'm scrolling on my Combat Sports pages. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about wrestling, dude.
Well, I do, but I'm ready to end the show though. I'm kind of thirsty.
Right,
I ran out of water.
Good, our next show, I don't know when it'll be, but we'll be giving you another one. Probably when the fights pick up more. What do you think?
Well, there's only Sunday, and I mean Saturday. Literally, only one event that's worth talking about, and I don't really have the commitment to talk about a majority female card. I may for Jake Paul boxing card, which is Amanda Serrano, has Holly Holm, a couple other boxers. I'll definitely tune in, but I don't really feel like I need to dedicate a Sunday just to talk about one event.
Sure. So we'll pick it back up, but yeah, I mean, been fun doing the show with you, and looking forward to it in the new year, my friend. So I think it's time to end this show, man. So peace out to all you guys, and we're gonna wrap it up.
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Man, you want some too? You better wrap it up.